Cup of Alliance's win.
Thank you very much, D-Man. Fisho has joined me here, and we also have the Super Hot Cruise Impaler with us, who will be our special guest here. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Still feeling good after that win from yesterday, I presume?
Yeah, we're still happy. 3-0, what can you say?
Absolutely. Well, we're here in our first game of the second best of 5 of the day. What's your thought on the comps? Pick-com coming in from Alliance, and very much comfort picks for SK Gaming.
Yeah, I think SK came in with that classic Siege composition that they love playing. Like infamous champions like Ziggs on Jezz, he loves that champion. And Alliance came in with this heavy pick com with Ari, Tabs on Twitch. It's all about just opening up the map and finding the picks to get the kills, then securing the objectives afterwards.
And we did also see Alliance in the start actually give up all the dragons to SK Gaming and focus on taking down towers instead. So as you said backstage, they could open up the map, they could get some deep wards in and start looking for the picks here. However, because Alliance were so bad in the first part of the game, they ended up giving like the first 5 dragons to SK Gaming. They lost a lot of towers as well, fell really, really far behind. And honestly, they shouldn't have been able to win this game.
So, what do you make of some of the picks that in that game going in further? The Alistar coming on the first pick actually also didn't do that much in the mid game.
No, so the Alistar pick for Wicked here completely backfired in the case that it almost looked like he just, I wouldn't even say he had like a terrible performance, but it looked like he wasn't comfortable on the Alistar pick at all. He tried a few engages where he missed his combo, and he always popped his ulti very, very late, so actually he was down to like 20% HP, then you pop your ult, which means once it runs out, it's very easy to finish him. And I don't agree with the fact he's building Trinity Force and Rod of Ages, because either you go Rod of Ages and you commit to the AP style, otherwise you go Trinity Force and go full tank after. The Rod of Ages with the Trinity Force, it seemed a bit like a useless item in the sense their extra AP in that case doesn't do enough damage-wise for it to be worth it, and you want to get the early tank stats instead of just the pure HP.
So maybe a tricky build coming in, but Impaler, talk to me about the late game, because it did work for Alliance, but it was maybe more, as you say, SK has that calm, they can siege up, they can group up, and then all of a sudden they didn't group anymore.
Yeah, Alliance got these really amazing picks on the mid lane and around Baron. I think their superior vision control around Baron really baited SK in, because they know they have to team fight against their comp instead of getting picked. So they tried to come in, frog and charms, and they do like a ton of damage on one target, and that really allows them to contest things like Baron then.
It was just a bit strange to see how SK Gaming, as you just said, they stopped grouping and they stopped putting up wards. They, not a single time in the game, did they place a deep ward in the mid lane to try and spot Taps when he was going to run in on Twitch, pop his stealth, and then surprise someone in the mid lane. Not a single time did they place any deep wards to try and spot him out. And at the same time, they just, as you just said, they started splitting up. So when Froggen runs towards you, and you have Taps in stealth, and you have no idea he's coming, SK Gaming just kept dying left and right for 10-15 minutes. They were still 5,000-6,000 gold ahead. However, they kept dying. Alliance took control of the map, got control of the Baron. SK kept trying to contest the Baron, even though they had no wards. And we always had Froggen, who just played an absolutely fantastic game. Like, he was the main reason Alliance got back in the game. But the fact that he could just stand there and land charms, set up a lot of poke, a lot of picks as well around this Baron, made it, once again, Alliance came back.
Yeah, and let's actually take a look at a very important Baron fight there in a replay where it was indeed Froggen. You can't really focus him down that much, and he just played phenomenally.
Yeah, so what we do see from the start here is obviously Froggen just sitting and waiting in his little bush here, which he loves so much. There's a pink ward to make sure SK Gaming has no vision of him or can't see where he is. And if you just look at the wards around the map at the moment, Alliance has full control of this Baron. There's no chance for SK Gaming to get in there without Alliance knowing they're coming, or without taking any damage from Froggen, because he's sitting in his prime position. Let's just roll the replay here, and Pela, what do you see?
Okay, so Froggen's in the brush, ready to pick. Atrox is already dead due to fantastic pick in the mid lane before. You see the TP coming in now though. They've already secured the Baron, so now it's just clean up crew. Nif is kiting back, he barely dies, and they're just doing tons of damage to the backline now. Froggen's jumping around, they're trying to dive in on him, but they just can't kill him in time. So he cleans up Sven and does an amazing job of pretty much kiting back into this fight. I think Candy Panda tries to come from behind now, and Tabs comes in and picks him on Twitch and stealth. So this is the AD carry versus AD carry, and this is an instant kill. When your AD carry dies in such a big important fight, it has a huge impact. So now it's pretty much up to Alliance to do some great bush juking around here. Froggen plays almost perfect, juking every bomb. And yeah, it's just a brilliant fight.
And again, the fact that there was full control around the Baron from Alliance, and then we also have to say Froggen just surviving there when Fred actually jumps him, was of course a big deal. It meant that he could now kite around and they end up actually winning the fight. And from here on out, Alliance won every single team fight they played. They kept getting the picks they wanted. They got the Baron and ended up winning the game as well. So SK Gaming, looking back at this game, they were so far ahead. They had a siege comp. They just didn't manage to use it. They kept splitting up. They didn't ward enough. Just talked about how there was no sidestone on Elise either to get some deep wards in, and ended up costing them the entire game.
Yeah, maybe some last thoughts about that, because if you would be in the position of SK, you lose it late, but you can get strength out of the fact that early game they were doing pretty well. They had that good objective control. They should go off that.
Yeah, I think they actually kind of baited the Alistair pick as well, because they've got this really long distance comp. He can't get on the back line. So I think they're going to try and do a similar thing, but just make sure they can shut out the game early and prevent Alliance from making these picks.
Yeah, and on the side from Alliance, do you think they should go for a pick comp again, or maybe fall back on, that farming and then going late?
Well, we did see the idea for Alliance again with the pick comps, where they wanted to contest the third dragon that spawned, but ended up losing the team fight actually, and therefore they lost the dragon and fell so far behind. Up till that point, they were basically just trading towers for dragons, so in that case it worked for them fine enough in the early game. They started losing the team fights. If they're gonna go for a pick comp again, I'm not too sure. I don't expect an early Alistair pick for Wicked up in the top lane. He didn't look very comfortable on the champion. And also, can we expect Froggen to play this well in every single game? If he can, well, then Alliance looks to be going towards Worlds.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's an absolute pleasure seeing Froggen on a champion like Ahri, of course. Final thoughts, are we going 5 games again, guys? Is it that close?
I'm going to call 3-1 Alliance.
Oh, wow.
I'll take the 5 games. SK Gaming is going to win the next, and then we're going to get Alliance is going to win the next. SK Gaming will take 2 games in a row. We get the crazy epic best out of 5, and Alliance takes it.
Yeah. Love to see that. Well, can Alliance keep up the momentum in Game 2, or will SK Gaming even things up? We'll find out right after this short break.